welcome back to the Stitch Sessions and welcome to another Crochet Quick Chat. I'm doing a few of these Crochet Quick Chats on the family farm. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'm really feeling really good about reconnecting with you guys using these quick chats. I've missed talking with you guys. Life's been a bit hectic in the past year and a little bit, as you all know, and I just feel like this reconnection is just, it's doing me a world of good, and I hope it's doing you a world of good, just to kind of hop on here really quickly and maybe answer some of your common crochet questions, and maybe just a little something to help boost you along the way in your crochet journey, and maybe helping you figure out some of your patterns and projects. So today's topic that I wanted to talk about real quick is, what is a multiple count? So I know that sounds silly and maybe it's pretty straightforward, but you know, for those of you that might be a little newer and you're learning new stitches or stitch patterns, a lot of times you'll hear people say, well, to create this design or to create this stitch, you need to begin with a chain length in multiples of X. Like, let's say you're going to start with chains of multiples of 3, or this pattern uses multiples of 6. Or you can chain up any length you wish in multiples of 10. So anytime someone is directing you to use multiples of something, it just means that they're asking you to chain up the length using groupings of that number. So I'm going to give you a really easy example of the granny stitch, right? So we all know that the granny stitch is designed by placing 3 double crochets back into the same stitch. Now, in order to create that pattern or that look, we need to start off with a foundation chain row, right? So maybe this particular pattern, let's say you're crocheting a scarf. So they're going to tell you, you can create whatever the length is that you like. Like maybe you want a really long scarf or you want a really short scarf. You can do whatever length you want as long as the chain is done in multiples of 3. So whatever length you have, you want to be able to divide it into 3. So for example, I might do a scarf, and I'm going to do it starting from the short side and working my way up. So I'm only going to use, let's say, 39 chains. So I need to make sure that that 39 is divisible by 3, because the pattern calls for using multiples of 3. So I know that 13 times 3 will give me 39. And so we know that a shell stitch uses 3 stitches. So that means I'm going to have 13 groups of my shell stitch in my pattern. Sometimes when we're doing things like many of you have seen, I've done a lot of granny rectangle motifs. That's another common pattern where you can start off with any chain length as long as it's in multiples of 3. So you've seen me doing the granny rectangle starting with a chain of 12 in order to start my granny motif. So that's 12 divided by 3, so that I know that that gives me 4 sets of shells. Some people have done it using a chain of 18. 18 is divisible by 3. So that's simply what that means. So understanding what the multiple count is of a pattern helps give you the freedom to design the length or the size that you desire of the particular project you're working on. And specifically when we're talking about things like scarves, blankets, and afghans, because everybody has different wants and desires and likes for their length. So that's simply what that means when they're asking you to produce a chain length in multiple counts. So I hope you found that useful. If there's anything that's still not quite clear, please do leave me a question in the comment box down below. I so appreciate it when you guys are asking me for a little extra clarification. I love to do that. I actually really enjoy teaching. Some of you know that I actually teach ballroom dancing for a living. So teaching is kind of my jam. I really enjoy passing on information. I really enjoy making sure that people understand concepts. And I like to give you guys or show you the tools to help you just understand the concepts, because once you understand the concept of something, I feel like it's the gateway to freedom to just create your own designs. And that's where the real fun is for me. So I hope you've enjoyed today's Crochet Quick Chat, and there'll be more coming as the days come along. And I'm always looking for inspiration. So if you have other questions or other ideas that you feel others would benefit from, I would be more than happy to cover these topics. So please send them in to me. You can either drop them in the comment box or just email me directly at info@crochetcrafty.com. And while we are at it, make sure you visit me over on the website, crochetcrafty.com. We also have a monthly newsletter, and if you sign up for the newsletter, I gift you a free written pattern every month. So it's my way of saying thanks for coming and hanging out. And I'm also on social media. I'm mostly on Instagram a lot of the time. I do have a Facebook page as well called The Stitch Sessions, and you can reach me at The Stitch Sessions on Instagram as well. And Instagram is actually my favorite place to follow along some of the projects that you guys have created using my tutorials, because I always love to see what colors you've picked, what you actually use the design for, and it's such a great way to stay connected and stay social. In these trying times when we've had to kind of isolate a little bit and all that kind of stuff, it's really easy to feel disconnected from people. I feel like we're slowly starting to come out of that now as the world and the country and everybody starts to open back up again. But staying connected has never been more important than now. So don't forget, reach out to somebody you know, tell them you love them, say hi, just stay connected. And I think the crochet community as well, is one of those great places where we can do that. So I so appreciate having a way to connect with you all. So thank you so much for being my crochet buddies. And other than that, as always, take good care of yourselves. Happy crocheting, and I'll see you guys in the next session. Bye.